Hey everyone, I hope you all are well. If you follow gaming news at all, or even general news, you've probably heard Sony's recent announcement, and that is, as of January 2028, they will be ceasing production of physical discs for the PlayStation. And this comes shortly after the announcement of pre-orders for GTA 6, which is gearing up to be one of the biggest video games of all time, so needless to say, it's been a bit of a whirlwind for gaming news. I really just wanted to vent about this situation and share my thoughts with you all. I've been Team PlayStation since I was a child, because it was my first console that I ever owned personally. I still remember waiting months for my PlayStation 2 to arrive and finally opening that box. It came with a copy of Enter the Matrix, which is still one of my favorite games on the PlayStation to this day. Sony continued to release banger titles for years to come, and some of the most popular titles had unique physical editions. This made gaming become less of a passive thing and more of a hobby. You could collect something palpable that represented your love and passion for a specific franchise, or even just a singular gaming experience. Even if you owned a standard version of a game, you had tangible evidence of an experience that you owned and you alone. Whether it was a gift or something you invested money into, you permanently owned that game or movie, and that's how the system worked. Until now. Just recently, Sony removed over 550 movie titles from people's digital libraries via Studio Canal due to a licensing issue. Customers weren't given a warning, and no refunds have been issued as of this video. This is clearly a violation of ownership rights. Going completely digital like this leaves too many loopholes for major companies to take advantage of the consumer. This puts all of our media ownership at risk going forward. Sony claims that physical sales only made up about 15% of their recent revenue, while 85% of it was digital. These numbers seem extremely skewed given a few different observations of mine. There has been a huge increase in demand for physical media. Pokemon cards, collector's editions of games and even movies, deluxe editions of albums, vinyl records, and the list goes on. These special limited editions of physical media often sell out, and digital editions are usually what's left over, or a standard physical edition if you're lucky. With collectors becoming more prominent due to social media trends, the value of certain games has skyrocketed, vintage titles especially. People are feeling nostalgic and missing those simpler times. The world is heavy right now, capitalism is choking us to death, and even our games are starting to suffer because of it. People are also craving the analog lifestyle again. The Y2K era has had a major surge in popularity, with people recreating clothing styles, switching smartphones for flip phones, and switching to vintage gaming on original hardware. Not only are these companies robbing us blind with microtransactions in almost every modern game, but now they completely own the game, the DLC, and any other purchase we make, and they can take it all away with the flip of a switch. We don't own anything anymore, and that's what these companies want. Xbox did the same thing 15 years ago, but apparently no lessons have been learned. Until they start pleasing the customer base and stop prioritizing shareholders, this is only going to get worse, because the majority of us do not want this. See, there's this little thing called the first sale doctrine. It says that an individual who knowingly purchases a copy of a copyrighted work from the copyright holder receives the right to sell, display, or otherwise dispose of that particular copy, notwithstanding the interest of the copyright owner. The main issue here is that it doesn't apply currently to digital media. Since Sony sells you a revocable software license for digital purchases, they can terminate the license in certain situations, such as failure to make future payments, end of a specific time period, or whatever reason they deem good enough to revoke your license and take away your games and or movies. Point is, fully digital means you don't own shit. The company does. Sony has already felt the backlash, with hordes of PlayStation Plus members canceling their memberships and stating that their last console will be the PS5. I have to say that I'm in that camp now as well. I'm a huge collector of physical media. It means something to me to not only have a talisman that physically represents one of my passions, but to also own that piece of media, to be able to enjoy it and share it with others without the fear of losing it unexpectedly. Sony has been offering 50% off off of PlayStation Plus as an attempt to stop people from canceling their memberships. It's really disappointing to see these gaming companies take such a nosedive after providing us with so many great memories during our formative years. We can no longer trust these major companies or developers. Just look at how Rockstar has handled the rollout of pre-orders for GTA 6. The physical editions aren't even coming with a disc, yet they want us to fork over $100. That's actually insane to me. Make sure that you support indie developers like Sandfall Interactive, the peeps who made Clair Obscur Expedition 33, or Concerned Ape, the singular developer behind one of the biggest games ever, Stardew Valley. Those are perfect examples of people who create something not only with the customers in mind, but because they're gamers themselves and they share the passion. They aren't interested in draining our pockets. They want to deliver a quality experience and share their vision with us. We all want an escape, but one that we can feel and that we can own without having to empty the bank. I am slowly but surely transitioning over to PC, and that is kind of disappointing to say, but I will still continue to collect physical media where I can, because supporting physical media doesn't mean that you're just supporting the media itself. It also means that you're supporting the graphic artists behind these projects. Whatever happened to nerds supporting nerds and doing something for the love and passion of it? Are we that consumed by greed that we can't take a step back and see how much better things could be if these companies just listen to the fucking customers? We aren't people to them, just numbers, and that's the main problem at the end of the day. They see dollar signs when we just want to see quality products. I will continue to collect and cherish physical games, movies, and even music. In a time where our autonomy and voices are constantly under attack and capitalism has its claws dug into us, please continue to support physical media and indie developers. Push back against this and let Sony know how you feel, because the scope of this is so much larger than we can imagine. Anyways, that's it for this one. How are you all handling this news? Are you done with PlayStation, or are you happy with the recent change? For the fellow collectors, what's your favorite piece of physical media that you own? Let me know down in the comments, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe if you liked this video and want to see more content like this. Catch you all in the next one. See ya.